Hello, my Teaserking family. This is going to be a short video, but I wanted to get it out here and not, I do 2, 3 hours, and you probably miss a lot in there. I mean, there's certain sections. If I talk football, but if I talk poker, you might miss it, or if I talk uh, INFJ, you might miss it. I just want to get this out there so people know what the hell it is and what the hell I am, which I think will help people. So is an INFJ a good personality type? It's a personality type. As the rarest type of them all, INFJs are truly special people to have in your life. With their balance of both idealism and action and emotion and logic, they approach life with real concern for others' well-being, making for a wonderful, compassionate, and results-oriented person. Some of the qualities I have. I'm introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. I approach life with deep thoughtfulness and imagination, the inner vision, personal values, and a quiet, principled version of humanistic ideas. Strengths and weaknesses. Let's see. Very creative. I'm different than most people, which is a good thing. People with this type embrace their creative side, always on the lookout for opportunities to express themselves. Insightful personalities know all too well that appearances can be misleading. Advocates strive to move beyond superficially and seek out the deeper truths. This can give you them an almost uncanny ability to understand people's true motivations, feeling, and needs. In other words, I can read people very well. I have a lot of intuition when I'm picking football games and things like that. Principled advocates tend to have strong beliefs and values, particularly when it comes to matters of ethics. I'm very strong at doing the right thing. When advocates talk about topics close to their heart, their conviction and heartfelt idealism can inspire and persuade even the sternest skeptics, which is like gold when I try to talk to people about Austrian economics or gold or a football game or poker. It's from the heart, and I'm just trying to help. Passionate advocates crave a sense of purpose in life rather than living on autopilot or sticking to the status quo. They want to chase after the ideals. This isn't a personality type that shies away from big dreams. In fact, advocates and energy and impassioned by the beauty of their visions. Altruistic people with this personality type are happy to succeed at another person's expense. So I want to make you money, and that was. Now I understand why I made that comment, but that's exactly what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to save you from the inflation and the money. Poker, I'm trying to help you so you don't get trapped. And football, I try to talk you off of bad bets. Advocates want to use their strengths for the greater good, and they rarely lose sight of how their words and actions might affect others. In their heart of hearts, they want to make the world a better place, starting with the people around them. So I am going to go to 2 videos, which I have. Hey, Greg and John. I just wanted to do a short video on this.
News presents 15 Signs You're an INFJ, the world's rarest personality type.
So I'm just going to do a short video, a short YouTube on this, and then I'll get into our normal.
This personality type is considered to be one of the rarest of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. It makes up only about 2% of the world's population. People who have this personality type have very unique characteristics that help them stand out from other individuals. They can be incredibly mysterious and emotionally intelligent, and are sometimes referred to as the counselor or advocate.
Or the wizard.
Although we may think no one
or the professor.
personality type, it is in fact very misunderstood. So let's explore some of the main traits of the INFJ personality type and find out if you are one of them. Number 1, different wavelength. INFJs tend to feel like outsiders due to the fact that most other individuals are on a different wavelength than they are. Their dominant function is intuition.
Those on Medicare.
Everything. Mostly, these patterns have to do with human nature because of their secondary function, feeling, which draws them toward others. Intuition is an individual's ability to subconsciously understand something without knowing how or why they know it. Since intuition works subconsciously, it can be described as a sort of psychic ability. However, INFJs often have a difficult time trying to explain this sixth sense to other people, which often leads them feeling isolated or purely misunderstood. Number 2, want the perfect and often procrastinate. People with this personality type often deal with a constant fear of failure. They strive for perfection and strive to surpass the normal capabilities of a regular individual. This means that INFJs procrastinate a lot due to their subconscious need to find absolute perfection in mostly everything, even though realistically they can do all of these things they're afraid of without even having to try so hard. With that said, INFJs have a hard time dealing with criticism because it really stands out in their minds, sometimes washing out the positive feedback they get. However, as they become more mature, they find it easier to release themselves from this need of perfection. They may allow themselves to make more mistakes or focus on their self-confidence to achieve remarkable results pertaining to their life goals. Number 3, value beauty and quality. Beauty and quality are things that an INFJ strives to find in just about everything. They simply prefer to be surrounded by sophistication and beauty. They are especially drawn to high-quality things, such as fine food, nice clothes, and anything of good craftsmanship, warmth, and charm. Most of us don't often sit next to a stranger and find ourselves telling them our biggest fears, dreams, and personal secrets. But INFJs are such charming people that it's not uncommon for a stranger to readily share such information with them. People with this personality type typically have an aura that makes others feel incredibly comfortable and at peace when they're around them. Just about everybody enjoys being in their company, and they are very good at putting people at ease. Not only are they comfortably trustworthy and charming themselves, but they are also wonderful listeners who speak in understandable terms and meet others where they are. Number 5, highly perceptive of others. INFJs are able to read other individuals very well, and they are able to understand their emotional states and motivations in seconds. On the other hand, they themselves aren't as easy to understand, and that can be difficult when you're trying to understand someone as well as they understand you. INFJs are not only very good at reading other people's emotions and feelings, they also use their intuition to dig deep below the surface of another individual's mind. They find themselves intrigued with how other people's minds work and figuring out what makes them unique in their own way. They can often easily tell when somebody is lying to them, or even when someone is lying to themselves. Number 6, absorb other people's emotions. It's common for INFJs to absorb other people's emotions and interpret them as their own feelings.
I think that there's 2 videos.
Judgment. People's minds work and figuring out what makes them unique in their own way. They can often easily tell when somebody is lying to them, or even when someone is lying.
All right. There's a few more.
Mysterious or private, but actually they're quite relational. Emotional intimacy. Most INFJs can seem reserved or shy in the presence of people they don't know well. They are often perceived as mysterious or private, but actually they are quite relational. It can just take a little bit of time for them to open up to others and show their true selves. INFJs crave authentic connections and seek to trust people on a deeper level. And because of their ability to empathize and have meaningful conversations, they establish strong emotional bonds with the people they trust. Number 8, true introverted nature. Although INFJs are easy to socialize with, they are introverted individuals. They know how to efficiently blend into social settings, but they may also feel totally at peace with a rather small circle of friends who are trustworthy and deserving of their love. They also need their individual alone time to relax and recharge. Number 9, sensitive to conflict. Conflict tends to send INFJ personality types into a state of stress. They strive to create harmonious relationships with the people close to them, and they desire for those people to help maintain the harmony in the relationship. When a conflict arises, it can physically disrupt their seemingly constant optimistic nature, focused. Willpower is a very important aspect of this personality type. INFJs will often do whatever they can to move themselves closer to their personal goals. For example, if they're in a relationship that seems to be going nowhere, or they are employed somewhere they don't like or don't see a future in, they will break off the relationship or quit their job. Furthermore, INFJs are also very critical of past circumstances, and they tend to remember the bad experiences. To avoid the negative feelings that often accompany these flashbacks, they typically prefer to live a life focused on the future. Number 11, gravitate toward people who need help. An INFJ is able to see the good in other people. However, they often fall victim to the broken wing theory, as they believe they can rescue others. They often find themselves gravitating toward people who need help, due to their ability to compassionately help and heal others. This can be rewarding for INFJ personality types, but if boundaries get overstepped, it can also feel very stressful or frustrating. Number 12, intellectual thinker. INFJs often find themselves thinking very deeply about their purpose, meaning, and what makes everything in their lives the way they are. They enjoy music, reading, and philosophical or spiritual matters because of their love for learning new things and further expanding their understanding of the world. Naturally, because of their need, gifted in language. Due to their introverted nature, INFJs typically spend their alone time engaging in their personal hobbies. Being so insightful provides for a vast expanse of creativity, and is often accompanied by a great understanding of language. However, INFJs tend to prefer writing over speaking, because writing is an outlet that allows them to express their creative thoughts or ideas without as many barriers. Conversations with others can easily fall short or become negative when talking about such opinionated matters, so they avoid talking a lot, unless it's necessary. Writing provides a sense of work best alone or in small groups. Although INFJs get along very well with others, they often do their best work when they work alone, without any interference from others, science, research, or technology. Number 15, focused on what's right. Due to their loving and healing nature, INFJs often feel compelled to protect others. They may stand up to bullies on another person's behalf, or focus on helping somebody who is undergoing a difficult situation in life. If they choose a career where helping others isn't necessarily involved, they will likely donate money or find time to volunteer for a charity. INFJ personality types also find themselves with a fear of being a bad person, which motivates them to do what they believe is right. The INFJs have both strengths and weaknesses, but understanding their characteristics can help others get along with them better. Of course, some of these traits are things many people can identify with, so the best way to determine your personality type is to take a test developed.
So, why did I show you that? Because that's freaking me, and that most people don't understand me. I do well handicapping because I have the gut feel or that intuition on games. I give you picks because I want to help you, because I want to make you money. It's funny how sometimes I'll put stuff down that I don't realize, and then I see something like this, and I go, now I know why I do it. That's why I help my Ukrainian girlfriend, because she needs help. She's going to die without me because she can't work and she has no money for food. So if I either give her money for food so she eats, or she dies. So a lot of what it said was dead on. The only thing is I don't write that much except for probably math, where I'm calculating out the trends for teasers and stocks and gold and stuff like that. So where I get in the argument is, as they were talking, is if I'm telling you to buy gold and you don't believe me, then I kind of get a little sensitive about it, and I kind of don't understand why you can't understand to buy it when it's going to protect you. And so what do? I try to learn that, and I try to understand why people, if I tell you to buy gold, you wouldn't run and buy gold and silver. So I try to understand that. So a lot of, I think just about 15 things, I say 13 nailed me exactly. And reading one or maybe one or two where it's not 100%, but it's pretty damn accurate. So when I saw that, I saw that a couple of years ago, it made perfect sense to me that, my purpose is teaching. And I think that's it. And when I was at my last job, it was pointless. And it's said, if there's no point to it, you just get up and leave. It's like basically, I worked hard, but it was like I didn't care, and give me my severance. Thank you very much. Goodbye. So I won't just quit. I'll wait for my severance. But I worked hard, but it was getting nowhere. There was nothing, no matter what I could do, I could stand on my head. It wouldn't matter, because I was dealing with people that didn't understand me. So even when I came up with solutions, if it wasn't how they viewed it, it wasn't right. And then that's really the point of this. We all there's 16 different personality types. We all have a different personality, but we don't know what they are. And so I was listening to a kid, parents in the hot tub at the club. So I bring back all this useful information from the hot tub. And they were wondering about the kid. And, he's not like me. He's not like you, because he's got his own personality. But until you understand and connect the dots of the personalities, then you don't understand them. And so the first thing you got to do is understand everybody's personality. Nobody understands me because I'm not different. I'm at a different wavelength. I'm at a different spot. It's like understanding Gandalf. How do you understand Gandalf? Or, a professor on Money Heist. How do you understand these people? Because they're far different than the norm. And you just need to prove it to them. And you just got to be careful. You can't piss me off, because I don't waste time. I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear a lot of stuff. I just want to hear stuff that's important, like gold and silver and economics and football and poker. That kind of stuff I'll listen to all day. But if you start bringing up like a movie that is stupid, not a Lord of the Rings, but, the White House or something, some stupid movie, it doesn't do anything for me. So I think this is why I don't go to a club in Vegas, because I don't see the value in it. It's stupid to me, not to other people or the younger ones or the girls like it. But I don't get anything out of going to a club, hearing loud music and people doing this. I don't get it. It doesn't do anything for me. And that's why I won't go to it. It's how much is it? And what do you do there? I mean, it seems like the stupidest thing in the world to me, but because of my personality, I more or less like quiet. I don't really want to meet new people. I don't mind meeting new people, getting to know them, but I'd rather be in a crowd of 3 or 4 than 100 people, especially if I don't know them. But if I know them, if it's a wedding and there's 100 and the people, that's okay. But just in general, I don't really want to go to a club with 500 people and it's very loud. I can't handle that. But it doesn't mean you can or you shouldn't go. It's not for me. But you've got to realize that, oh, wait, he won't like that. And so my point would be, go ahead. I tell my girlfriend, we were in the Ukraine for Lviv for New Year's a year ago when there was no war. And, so we go to a bar and celebrate New Year's Eve, and she starts dancing on the floor, and I sit back And she's fine with it. She didn't need me to dance with her, and I didn't need to be out dancing. I'm not a big dancer. So it was perfect. She's out dancing. I'm sitting there, watching, and it wasn't too noisy. And so that was fine. Or I can be in a noisier scenario New Year's Eve or something. Or at MGM New Year's Eve for poker, I can go down and play poker. And, then they do the New Year's Eve. Well, it's New Year's Eve, so it's okay. It's loud, but I don't care. It's only for 10 minutes while we do New Year's Eve. As far as the writing, I'm not a writer, but I'm with numbers. I'm a math person as opposed to a writer person, but I guess it's the same thing. I can sit here all day and do my stats and look for things that will help us pick winners with the goal of making you money, helping you, picking winners for me and you. I make out too if I figure it out. So when I tell you I'm trying to figure things out, I'm doing it for everybody, and because I want to be 100% accurate. I don't want to have a loser. Now, I can't get there, and does it frustrate me a little bit? But there's nothing. But I realize I'm not going to go 100% picking football games. So I understand that, but I strive to do it. And that's why you'll see me go 8-1, 15-2, 17-3, 19-1, hitting 18 teasers with the guys, or going 8-1 on a 9-team, or 9-1 on a 10-team teaser. Or I show you my 11-team teaser that won and my 10-team teaser that won. So, that's what I strive for, which is what they're saying. And with my intuition and my sixth sense, call it psychic, that's where I get that from. But who better to give you football picks than somebody like me, who I didn't know what an IFJ was, and then I stumbled onto it. Now I go, yeah, that makes sense. That's why I can do what I can do. And that's why I showed you the James Conn clip when he's at Caesars playing blackjacks, got 18. The dealer's got a 10 up. He says, give me the 3, doubles down. He gets the 3 hearts, and he wins. He felt it. And I can't tell you any more about me than that. That is me perfectly. Every bet I feel, I try to line it up. So when I get confused, is like here, I want to bet the best defense. I say a good offensive team cannot go against a good defensive team. A good defensive team will beat them. So you don't want to fuck with Georgia or Iowa or Iowa State. You're not playing the game over. And then you go from there, and you're probably playing the game under. And that's what you learn. How good's the defense? So when I get a Philly KC game and I go, well, Philly supposedly has got a 19 defense and KC is 22. Philly supposedly has a better defense. But so it would be take Philly. But then I got Philly as favorite. And then I look and I go, well, wait a minute. They didn't play anybody. And when they did play Green Bay, Dallas, and Detroit, they gave up over 35 points. I'm like, maybe, you gave up 40 to Prescott and 33 to Aaron Rodgers when Green Bay really wasn't playing that well. Then you just scratch your head going, I think there was a 30 to Washington with, you got to be kidding. So that's how I analyze and try to dig into getting the 100%. It's not just they're an under, but let's see who they played. And then you see, well, they're probably not really an under, and you got to discount the Frisco game, and you got to discount the game because neither of them had a quarterback, right? So they're blowing out teams that don't have an offense. Whippy-do, KC does, and that's why I went to Green Bay and Dallas going, well, they had quarterbacks. If you gave up 33 to Aaron Rodgers, you're probably going to give up 33 to Mahomes. So I love the game over, and then it's just the dog. Do I like the dog and trust them enough? But again, that goes back to the instincts, goes back to how I figure things out and why I think the way I think, which is unlike anybody else. They can't think the way I think. So when I explain the game and I kind of tease you going, this is your homework and you got to pick the score, you don't know how to pick the score, right? I'm giving you, what did I give you? I gave you Frisco 20-17 over Philly. Now that was assuming Brock Purdy played the whole game, but I knew it'd be low scoring. And okay, so the score ended up being 31-7 Philly because Purdy gets hurt after 4 passes. Okay, there's That's why, but it still was 38, which I had 37. I bet the game under, so therefore it made logical sense that I kind of nailed it. And that's what you do. Like Cincinnati Buffalo, I had Cincinnati 34-31, and they won 27-10. We didn't expect the 10. How could we? But we did take Cincinnati as the dog, and we didn't get influenced by the line going from 4-6 on Buffalo. We didn't go, we checked and go, did Burrow get hurt? Why in God's name would you be betting on Buffalo against Cincinnati? It made no sense. And that's, that's what happens. And I do the same with gold. And I'm going to talk about this I'm going to do a normal broadcast. This is a 30-minute, this is what I am. So you understand what's going on, and you're going, shit, I got an INFJ handicapping games for me. You're very lucky to find me that I am so giving and pick the games and do this and help you with gold and economics, Austrian, and explain the markets and prices to you. So you're very lucky that you've found the resource that is going to really just make you more fruitful for every aspect of life, girls, poker, anything. Mostly money in the economy. And so you're very lucky there. And, please ask questions. Again, I'm trying to help my girlfriend in the Ukraine. I save her life. That's important to me. I could walk away and say, well, you're in the Ukraine in a war. You're probably going to get killed. What do I care? Because they'll ask me, why don't you find a girlfriend here? And I'm going, because I like the Russian, Ukrainian girls or the Romanian girls. They're prettier, but they're nicer, and they get me more than the American girls. They don't get you. Well, I probably haven't met ones that understand an INFJ. Maybe they're more practical in Europe. I don't know. But with that said, so I'm listening on with this. So when I'm playing poker, I can feel you. You can't feel me. That's a huge advantage. Listening to one guy last night on YouTube talk about the gold price going down, and he's talking the derivative paper gold. Why did gold just go down $50 an ounce? He doesn't even understand that it's the derivative gold is paper gold. He doesn't even get it's manipulated. So I have a hard time listening to this guy going, well, gold went down $50 an ounce. Why did it do that? Oh my God, it's going to go down further. And I'm looking at it like, A, that's paper gold. That's not real physical. B, it went down because the traders, when he raised interest rates, the dollar goes up and they automatically lower gold, but it's the paper gold. The real physical did not drop an ounce. It's not even priced. It's far greater than the 2000. And so that I understand. And then you get a guy like this, and I go on his comments and I go, well, let's not talk paper gold. Let's talk physical. Like, why do you think physical and paper are the same thing? And that's the biggest thing I see from these guys. And that's why I call them idiots, because if you're teaching, or why are you doing a YouTube video? Exposure? Are you teaching? What are you doing? Why are you on there? And if you can't give proper information, so people, not like you guys, because you guys understand, because I'm teaching you, but regular guys who sit there and see this, believe it. And they'll sit there and go, oh, wait, gold went down. I don't want to buy it. So I don't know if he's a Keynesian sent by JP Morgan to purposely do that, which is my thought, or if he's just really that stupid that he doesn't understand it. See, here's where I'm critical. I immediately figured out that the paper money is price fixed, like a bad football game, like last week's Kansas City game where they fixed for Kansas City. We understand that. See, I'll dig into that. He won't. So the problem is he just sees the gold as gold, not there's physical and derivative, or he sees it but doesn't want to talk about it, or maybe he can't talk about it. Then he shouldn't do the video. But I don't want him to hurt people, which is what he's doing. He's hurting the people watching where they think gold's actually going down. And yes, if you're buying derivatives, it's going down. Who's buying derivatives? Nobody. If you're buying the physical, then that's what you want, is buy the physical. And that's nothing to do with physical. That's not the right price for physical. It's much, much higher because the demand for physical is through the roof. But part of it is because of this $2,000 price. Obviously, at 2,000 for gold, with all the economic problems, all this inflation, all the money going out in all these countries all over the world, everybody's jumping into gold, which makes demand here, which makes the price much, much higher, which we understand. The derivatives have nothing to do with it. It's just a simple switch. They go, oh, interest rates went up, means the money's better, which it's not. And that means gold's bad because for some reason they think that if the dollar's better, gold's worse. I don't know where they're getting that from. The dollar's heavily inflated and gold is got nothing to do with it. Gold is gold. Gold has its own asset. You have a $60,000 Rolex. Is it because the currency goes up? Is it not worth 60,000? I mean, but the dollar isn't going up. It's just, here it's going up, but it's all bullshit. They don't even recognize there's a recession yet. Anyway, so you can see the way I think. I don't want to carry on too long because I want people to just, the point of this is to get that I'm an INJ. Hey, Nick, went to the show and got limited signed Montana card. There you go. Was it out of 100 or 50 or something? Well, that's good. Did you get any old 65 tops, Manos, Mazes, Aaron's, Burrows, Brady's out of 7? That's a good one. Some guy gave me a tip. He showed me 3 cards. I nailed it. I won him like 10 grand. So he says, here's my cards, pick one. And I took the Peyton Manning autograph 25 count. He says, oh, you took the 25 count. I go, do you think I'm stupid? Of course I'm going to take a 25 count. I don't know the value of the Manning. It was in good shape, but that was it. Mano was 3,200. What year and what condition? That's a great price if it's a 65 and it's a mint condition. And that's where you got to know your conditions. If I saw a 65 in mint condition for that price, I'd buy it so quick your head would swim. So that's exactly what that's fine, but you got to read it's mint, and you got to know how to read it. Can't remember the year. Don't think it was graded. Well, I'm sure it wasn't graded because if it was a 9, you'd see another couple zeros at the end of that. Anyway, but that's my personality. I want to help Nick. Nick's a friend, a customer. I help him with the picks, and I help him. He's going to a card show. I know that, so I help him. And basically, that's what I am. An INFJ does that. So you can see I care about Nick. I want him to make money. I don't make any money off of it. There's nothing I make if he buys the mantle, if he gets the Montana, other than I'm helping him with advice because I've done it and I've got a lot of cards and that. So that's what I am. So Nick, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to end this video because I wanted to specify I'm an INFJ, and then we're going to go from there. So I am an INFJ. Watch the videos that I put in here, show you what exactly I am. I am a motherfucker picking games, playing poker, and analyzing everything. I try to help my friends, and, that's it. And yes, people don't understand me. I get a lot of, why are you helping me? And I'm like, because I want to help you. I mean, I don't really I just want to help like I help my girlfriend in Ukraine. She's in a fucking war. She has no money. She can't eat unless I send her money. So why am I helping her? Well, she's my girlfriend and I care about her. But even if she wasn't and she was a friend, I would help her. And I help others. I help a girl in Russia. She's got a daughter because she's in the middle of a fucking war on the other side. But it's the point of I'm helping them because A, I can, and B, if I don't, nobody else will. So that's meaningful to me. All right, don't want to go too long. I will be right back, Greg, John, Nick. Oh, you're welcome, Nick. That's why I do it. Brother is a huge Eagles fan, so he got a bunch of liked signed PSA 10 Hertz cards. It's a win-win for him, even if they lose. Well, that's good. All right, let me come right back. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Let me just end this and come right back. www.teaserking.com. That's the website. You can see all my history. If you want to buy the Super Bowl, I mean, I'm giving it to you anyway. But if you want to just hunt around the site, see my history, get a flavor of my picks. I'll probably be doing basketball, in a month, maybe in a month. I'll start with that, and I gotta analyze that first before I do it. And then baseball I do, and then football. We talk draft and everything else. All right, I will be right back. www.teaserking.com. I am an INFJ, and it's very, very powerful. You are dealing with basically a wizard on your side. So anyway, have a great day. I'll be right back with another video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.